Hello there, and welcome to another episode of Cutting Through the Bullshit. I'm your host, Dr. Stephanie Snyder, and I am a high performance mentor. Through my unique blend of strategy, mindset, and intuition, I help men and women to cut through the BS in order to create the life and business they desire. So today is part 4 of our Aligned Business series, and we're going to talk about building with bliss. How to have more fun in your business. Now, I will always remember this. I'll never forget this. I was in early 2020 and I was in a Facebook group. It was a mompreneur Facebook group. And in that group, I was very active in posting, these deep questions that would just get people activated. And it's actually where I found a lot of my clients was in this group. And I posted this one time and I said, if your business isn't fun, why are you doing it? And when I initially posted it, I thought, oh, well, this will be like a fun conversation where people like share all of the joy that their businesses bring. What I didn't realize was how much it was going to activate people. There were arguments that ensued in this post. There was nastiness that came through. There were quite a few of people who were like, absolutely, I love my business, it's fun. But it was so charged. It was interesting that the owner of the group ended up actually deleting my post because it just got so out of hand. And I thought that's so interesting to me because my stance on this for the longest time is, I'm a mom. There is plenty of other things that stress me out. That why would I want my business to be that? Why would I add something else to my plate that would stress me out? Why can't this be fun? And that was, again, so activating to people. But it has been the through line for my business is, if I'm not having fun, why am I doing it? And so I teach this to my clients too, because really, if it's not fun, why are we adding it to our plate? We have enough things in life that can be stressful, that can be draining, that can be exhausting, that we really don't want to add something else to our plate that isn't enjoyable. And so building with bliss has been a pillar of my business because I want it to be fun. If it's not fun, I don't want to do it. Right? There's plenty of things that I have to do throughout the day that my business is a get to do. It's an extension of me. It's not something that I'm forcing myself to do. It's absolutely something that I get to have fun with. And so what does this look like? Well, in my own business, I learned this. When did I learn it from somebody? I don't even remember. But there's an exercise that I take my clients through, and it's called Love, Like, Hate, Delegate. Okay. And this exercise is all about the things that you do in your business, because often as an entrepreneur, we do all the things, at least initially, right? We're like, oh, we did the website, we did the email marketing, we do the client contact and the customer relationship, and we do all the things, right? And when I first started my business, I was doing all the things. I still do all the things for the most part. I have a virtual assistant that does some stuff for me from time to time, but for the most part, I do all the things. However, there are some things that I just don't do anymore because I hate them. But I had to make a list of the things that I loved, liked, and hated. And if they were hated things that still had to be done, I delegated it out. Personal assistant, bookkeeper, whatever it is, right? But the things that I love, that is where I spend the most time because that is the thing that is actually money generating for me because I love it. My energy's there. So my podcast, my YouTube channel, I love this space. And so I will continue to show up here. This will not be something that I ever delegate out because I love it. Now, I will probably delegate out at some point the show notes, the uploading, all of that stuff, right? But right now it's easy, it's quick, I can do it, it's not a big deal. But it's about spending more time in the things that light you up, the things that bring you joy, because all of us have that thing that just comes naturally to us. And we tend to downplay it a lot, right? I remember one of my mentors, she could see, like, I mean, within knowing her for just a couple of months, she knew what my superpower was, right? Like the magic, she calls it the medicine now. Some people call it the magic, some people call it the thing, whatever it is, right? She could see it. And I remember her calling me out on the group because there were other women in the group who were struggling with the thing that was my superpower. And she said, "Hey, Steph, can you share with the group what your weekly schedule looks like?" And I thought, yeah, sure. And so I walked through, my Monday through Friday, themed days, work times, nap time, hustle kind of stuff. And then the onslaught of questions came from the other women in the group. And they were like, what do you mean you do all of that stuff and you still have time for yourself? And I was like, well, yeah, I have a system in place. I have a routine that keeps me sane so that I can do all of the things that I want to do. And it was in that moment that I was like, oh, wow. Like, not everybody knows how to do this. And my mentor was like, no, not everybody knows how to do this. She said, I actually took some notes myself while you were talking about your routines. And I was like, oh. She goes, you have this beautiful balance between work and play, right? Essentially, that allows you to be grounded and to expand and to do all the things. And I was like, oh, well, that's interesting. She said, not everybody can do that. And I was like, oh, well, shoot. And that became kind of the foothold that I had was, motherhood is complicated. Your business doesn't have to be. You can do these things. You can do all the things within reason, okay? Because I'm not an expert at all the things, but I'm able to prioritize and do the most important things and always have time for those because I'm intentional with it. But having routines and systems set up allow me to be a present mom and a successful business owner. So I have boundaries around my time. This was something that I shared about recently because I had someone reach out to me and essentially fuss that I wasn't willing to hop on a free coaching call with this person. Like, I have boundaries around my time and I have content out there that is available that you don't have to invest money into. You invest your time into it, but it's not a monetary investment. And that's out there for everybody. You can find it, you can use it, and that's to the best of their ability. Not everybody's ready to invest with me, and that's okay. But there are people who are. And I'm going to have fun when I do it. And so I really challenge you, if you are building a business and it doesn't feel enjoyable more often than not. Now, some days it may feel a little bit tougher than other days when you're moving through something, either personally or business wise. But most of the time, your business is intended to be joyful. It's your way to bring more of your work, more of your magic into the world. And so why wouldn't it be fun? So if it's not fun, why are you doing it? And if you're set on doing it, how can you make it more fun? It's allowed to be. You're allowed to have fun, right? I remember the first private client I got, and she paid me, I think it was $250 an hour was my first going rate. That's what it was, because it was $500 a month and we did 2 private calls a month. It was $250 an hour. And I remember getting off that call and I immediately sent a Voxer message to my mentor and I said, oh my gosh, that was the funnest money I've ever made. And she chuckled, she laughed at me and she was like, what do you mean? And I said, I got to talk about like stuff that I really love to talk about for an hour and she paid me $250. She says, yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? I thought, this is really fun, right? It gets to be easy if you allow it, and it gets to be fun. You can build a business and have fun in the process, right? Dance through it, shake through it, whatever you need to do. But building a business with Bliss is really, really important in building an aligned business, because if you start to dread your business, you're going to stop showing up for it. Plain and simple, right? You're going to begrudgingly be there. That energy's going to not attract anybody. But the more fun that you can have, the easier things get, because, well, it's fun, right? The more fun that I have, the more money I receive. Period. End of story. So I am sending you so much love. I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day. And as always, be you, because the world needs more of you. Bye. Oh, didn't even mention this. So this is the last episode of the Aligned Business series. If you are interested in working with me deeper on this, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can DM me Aligned. We'll have a deeper conversation as to what that would look like, and we could get started as early as next week. So please don't hesitate to reach out. I would be happy to connect with you, happy to have a conversation with you. And again, as always, be you, because the world needs more of you. Bye.